Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. We have hit 2-year ownership with the F80 M3, and what I want to do in this video is go over my 2 years of ownership, kind of go over the pros and cons, what I like, what I don't like, and just kind of let you guys know what I have thought of this car over the last 2 years. Obviously you can tell it is modified, and I have been documenting it on the channel here since day one. So if you guys are interested in anything on the car, any part, how to install it, my thoughts, review, whatever it may be, go back and check those videos. I think I have like 130 plus videos on this car. It's pretty crazy. So be sure to check those out if you're interested in anything on the car. Now we're gonna hop in the car in a second, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of a brief overview of what this car is and how we ended up here. This is a 2018 BMW F80 M3 with the competition package. I was personally looking to get back into a German, more specifically an M car, after my E46 M3 for so many years. I had that car from 2009 to 2012. So it was a great ownership. I missed that car dearly, and ever since I sold it, I wanted to get myself back into an M3. Granted, it took me many years to get there, and I had a few cars in between there. I'm super happy that we're able to kind of do the F80 justice, and I was able to purchase one, enjoy it, modify it to my liking, and get it to this point. A little bit of specs about the car. As I mentioned, 2018 F80 M3 competition package. It has the executive package as well. Manual transmission, which was a must for me. The color is mineral gray metallic, which is kind of an underrated color. Pretty common, to be completely honest, but it's one of my favorite colors on this car. It's always the color that I chose when you were able to build these on the BMW website when they were brand new. I always chose mineral gray metallic. I know it's very simple, kind of boring, if you will, but to me, mineral gray metallic is such a cool color. On the E46, my favorite color that I wanted was silver gray metallic, and I wasn't able to get one of those. I ended up with a carbon black on cinnamon, which was really nice, but I wanted silver gray metallic, #1. Next was Interlagos, and ever since then I wanted to get myself a gray M3, and here we are. I bought this thing with 18,000 miles on June 12th 2023, and here we are, June 12th 2025, 2 years later. I have a little over 24,000 miles on it now, so I know it doesn't seem like much to some of you that drive these every single day, but this is not my everyday car. This is not a daily driver. I take this out purely for fun. It is the fun vehicle. So those miles that I do drive are all purely for fun, back roads, and just having a good time. So I have enjoyed it immensely. So what we're going to do is hop in the car now, go for a little drive, go over my thoughts, opinions, pros, cons, kind of just talk through my last 2 years of ownership with this car and let you guys know what I think. You know, is it a car worth getting at this point in time? Is it a car that I've gotten tired of? Do I plan on getting rid of it? What's the future plans for it? Do I still love it? All that kind of stuff. We'll go over all of it once we get in the car, but I figured we'll start the video off by just doing a little bit of a walk around and kind of showing how beautiful this thing turned out after all this time. So I just went to get some gas at Shell, which is my favorite gas station. So we're all filled up, ready to go. So let's go ahead, hop in the car, and go over what I think of the F80 M3 after 2 years. All right, guys, so we're in the car, going for a little bit of a drive. Let's start going over the pros and cons of the car that I have kind of thought of and acquired, if you will, over the last 2 years. So we're going to start off with the cons because I'm sure that's what most people want to hear at this point. But let's get into the first one, the sound. I actually mentioned this in my year video. The sound of the S55's factory stock, without touching anything, isn't the best. Personally, I think it's actually not the best sounding M motor that BMW's ever come out with. It's very raspy, it has a very rattle sound to it. It's not, you know, the best sounding thing from the factory, but as I mentioned, aftermarket solutions, there's tons of them that you can fix that. But when you look at the S65, you know, the V8, the thing sounds incredible, whether it's completely stock exhaust or you go full aftermarket. It sounds good. It's a fun car to drive because of the sound. Remember when I first got the car, first driving home, granted I've driven F80s before, my first experience in this car driving home, I was like, man, this is quieter than I remembered. It just didn't sound good. Granted, you know, I did about 5 or 6 different iterations of this exhaust to get it to sound the way I have it now, which I personally think is fantastic. For a stock turboed F80 S55 factory, it just doesn't sound good. It's simple as that. Next up, my interior gripe of the F generation M3. I talked about this in my year video, but 2 years later, it still annoys me, and that is the sync button on the climate control. It is such a minuscule little annoyance, but it still annoys me. It drives me crazy that, you know, a car like this doesn't have the sync button. I know, first world problems here. So explaining that a little bit, these cars are dual zone, so you can have different temperatures on either side of the car, which in my opinion is kind of the dumbest thing ever. You know, you're in the same cabin and it's a small place, it's gonna be the same temperature. I get it, you know, the feel on your face or your arms or whatever, but at the end of the day, dual zone, it's a thing that's pretty much in every single car these days, but it doesn't have a sync button. So when I change the temperature on the driver's side, it doesn't change it on the passenger side. So I have to sit there and turn two knobs. With my craziness, I have to have both of the temperatures the exact same. Right now it's both at 65. I couldn't have one at 65 and one at 63. Like, that drives me nuts. I know that's a me problem, but it's one of those things. It's a simple button. They are in other models and trim levels of this generation BMW, so I don't know why they didn't put it in here. When I had my buddy's F87 M2 for the week, same exact thing. It drove me nuts. So going into this car, I knew it wasn't there and it was going to annoy me, but very, very small thing, but it still definitely annoys me 2 years later. All right, next up is the beaten with a dead horse topic, the crank hub. Yes, in my personal experience, I do think it's an issue. If you guys saw my video, I bought this car completely unmolested, never been modified, you know, one owner. And for me, I wanted to do the crank hub for peace of mind, and knowing that I was going to modify it and go for more power, I wanted to get it done, so it was just one of those things I didn't have to worry about again. Upon our removal of the stock crank hub, we found that the friction discs on my stock crank hub were indeed cracked. And because of that, that's actually one of the first signs of it potentially going to fail. In my personal experience, I do think it's an actual issue. And whether you're stock or modified, I think you should get it done. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because it's an expensive fix. You know, to get it done my way, I did the Gintani single keyed crank hub. It was actually around $3 grand to get that done. So pretty darn expensive, and something to consider if you're looking into one of these cars, more specifically any one of the cars that has the S55. You know, you're probably going to have to deal with it, and it's definitely a pretty large expense, especially after purchasing this car, if it's not already done. So it's something to consider, and personally I think it's a pretty big hindrance, you know, for some people. Like, it can make or break purchasing the car or not. It can make or break you loving it or hating it. My personal experience with the cracked friction discs, people always ask me if they should do it or not. I always say yes, do it no matter what, just because of what happened with mine. And it's a pretty large expense, so take that into consideration if you're looking into one of these cars. It's definitely something that should be addressed. So my last and final con of this car, I wouldn't really consider them a con because I have made them better with everything that I've done, but both the manual transmission feel and the steering feel. First, let's talk about steering. The F80 M3, the F82 M4 was the first time in any M3 that they tried electric steering. Definitely a little bit different for me because I'm so used to the analog steering and feeling the road and everything. So this was kind of my first ownership experience with an electronic steering. It's okay. It's not the best in the world. In the new generation, the G8X, it's worlds better. So if you're looking for a better driving, you know, feel, steering wheel feel, the G8X definitely has it, which makes sense. You know, they get better and better as they, you know, when they try something new, it's going to be the worst iteration or not as good, and then it's going to get better and better most of the time. But that is probably my least favorite part about the F8X, the overall steering feel, electronic feel. It's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. You know, it works. I always drive it in Sport Plus to give it a little bit heavier feel. Also with my modifications, the coilovers, the camber plates, and the, you know, bigger tires and wheels and everything like that, it feels way better, way heavier. You know, you really start to feel the road and everything. So there's ways to improve it, obviously, but stock, you know, driving it right off the factory, it's okay. Same thing goes for the transmission. It's okay. It's not amazing, but I'll talk about it in a little bit, what I've done to it. The transmission feels amazing now, but again, factory, don't touch anything, you know, right out of the box. it's just okay. It's nothing to write home about. I will say I'm still grateful that BMW gave the option for manual, not only in this, but in the current generation as well. So I'm holding on to that, and I appreciate BMW still giving us that option, the car enthusiasts that want it. For me personally, I've tried DCT. It's great. And honestly, it's kind of what the car is made for. They kind of made the car around that transmission, so it feels really good. But I just personally needed that manual transmission for the driver engagement. I love rolling through the gears. It makes the car feel a little bit more special, and not just kind of an everyday car for me. So manual transmission was must, but factory, without doing anything to it, is just okay. Let's talk about the pros. What do I love about this car? First things first, the looks. It is classic BMW M3. The car just looks like it's going 200 miles an hour, parked in the garage, parked in a parking lot. It just looks so good. It looks aggressive and mean, yet still staying classy and elegant, which is exactly what the M3 was made to be. It was supposed to be a everyday car, something you can go pick up clients during the week when you're working. You can go to the grocery store, go pick up a few things. You can go to the track on the weekend, go to autocross, do all that type of stuff. It can do it all. And combining those two looks is what the M3 does best. And the F80 M3 to me is the best looking M3 that has ever been produced, ever. In my opinion, the best looking sports sedan that has ever been made from any brand ever. I know I may be a little bit biased, but I truly do mean that. Something about it, just it's such a good look. The front end of these things is so aggressive. The wide rear and front arches, it just looks so good, and it's something that's going to hold the test of time. It's going to still look good in 20-30 years. When I look back on the E46 now, it's still a classic BMW look. Yes, it does look a little bit older now comparing to the new stuff, but this look, what they got going on here with the F80 is just perfect. There is no bad angles of it, and when you do a couple simple modifications, this thing looks insane coming down the road. So looks 100%, still looks great to me after 2 years, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of it. My next pro is the BMW M community. It is awesome. I was a part of it way back in the day with the E46, and it was such a great experience. Granted, YouTube and videos and stuff and social media wasn't around then. Forums, more specifically, which I truly miss, to be completely honest. So one specific example is I was looking for a boot mode license to buy boot mode when I was going to tune the car a little over a year ago, and a subscriber reached out to me and was like, hey man, if you want to use my license, you're more than welcome to use that. And obviously I declined because I was like, I don't want to mess with your settings and all that stuff. I'd much rather just have my own. But I mean, who does that? It's a $600 thing. And he was just like, hey man, yeah, you can just log into mine and load it onto your car, which was an incredible offer and gesture. That's just one of the things. I've been around the community a long time. Some of my best friends that I talk to every single day are from the E46 world. We met on the forums. We still talk to this day. We all have or had M cars still, and over the years, and we still keep in touch. We still talk just about every single day. So it's not only about the cars, it's about the community. It's about finding like-minded people and being around those people. It makes you feel good, having people around you that share similar interests. Came into the F80 world, after being out of the M world for so long, and everybody welcomed me with loving arms. It was an incredible feeling. First video on YouTube and everything, everyone was so appreciative and supporting of the new change and everything, and it was a really cool feeling. So the community, the BMW community, the M community has been amazing, and still continuing to do so after all these years. Next up, something that's very important for me for any car is the aftermarket support. Aftermarket support is really important to me because I want to be able to put my touches on it, do what I want to the car, and have options. And the F-Series generation M3, M4, the aftermarket support is insane. There are so many different options. It reminds me a lot of my STI. It was like a Lego. There's just so many things that you can do and touch and change. And the F80 M3 has some really great companies to back that up. And having the aftermarket companies like that to be able to support your addiction, your needs, is important, because modifying, to me, is part of the ownership. It's part of the journey. Making it my own is very, very important to me, and being able to do that without having to search high and low and actually have information on the internet or YouTube or wherever is important. And the F80 M3 for sure, the aftermarket support is crazy. I have worked with some awesome companies over the last 2 years on this car, and it's just getting better and better. More parts are coming out, more companies and everything, and it's been awesome. So if you guys enjoy modifying, make sure your aftermarket support is large and abundant so you can enjoy your car the way that you want it. And I've really enjoyed mine because of that. So something that I love about the F80 M3 and kind of M3s in general is that it can handle everything. I kind of briefly talked about this earlier, but it can handle the track day. You can go, for a whole weekend, killing it on the track, then you can drive home. You can take the kids to school in it. You can go on a road trip with the family. You can go pick up groceries. I mean, anything that you can think of that you would do in a car, you can do it with an F80 M3. It's just, I love the fact that it can handle all those tasks with ease and also look good while doing it. It's kind of an unbeatable combo. And that is the definition of what an M3 is. It can do it all. It's an all-in-one car. Now, this was the first generation where the M4 came out, which personally I was never a fan of, because the M3 was originally made as a two-door, so I never really understood that difference. I felt like they should just done what the E9X did with, M3, either get the coupe or the sedan, the E90 or E92. It should be the F80 or F82. Either way, I digress. But there's something for everybody. It can handle it all, it can do whatever you want. If you want a two-door sports car, the M4 is for you. Same motor, same everything. I personally am a bigger fan of the F80 just because of the way it looks. On the rear end, it's a little bit wider looking, bigger hips. Although I think the F82, the M4, is technically a little bit bigger, actual bringing it down to the numbers. The F80 to me just looks better overall. Plus I love having the 4 extra doors and being able to handle my kids if they ever want to get in the back. I actually have one car seat in the back right now. I took my kid to school in it this morning, and she loves it. So it can do it all, and having something that can do it all and make you happy no matter what the circumstances is a win in my book. Last but not least, this is kind of the last generation that mixes old and new. You still get some of the old tech, old analog gauges and everything, the old BMW feel, but you still get some modern technology like CarPlay and get adaptive steering and suspension and stuff like that. So there's some new tech in here. Granted, I deleted most of it with the modifications I did. It's a good mix between both old and new. And as cars progress and new things are being changed and tried, the analog feel is kind of moving further and further away. And having that mix of both old and new in this car is perfect. It really blends together so well. You get everything that you could possibly need in here, and you still get that old school sports car M3 feel in here, while at the same time getting all the little accoutrements that you may want in a daily driver. So there you go, guys. There are my pros and cons of the F80 M3. Over the last 2 years, the car has been so amazing. It has exceeded my expectations. My vision of this car, I've always had this vision, but it far exceeded my expectations. It looks, drives, feels, sounds so good. And all the modifications I've done in this car, it just took it to another level. With the Auto Solution short shift kit that we got here with the bushings, the UCP clutch pedal, the tune, the eVenturi intake, the in-customs exhaust, and everything in between, all the little details and all that, the Recaros, and my God, this car just really came together, and it has been such a blast putting it together for you guys. And I can honestly say I have never been more happy with a vision and a completed car than any car I've ever had. I truly feel like I kind of hit the nail on the head with this one. For me, my personal F80 M3 that I wanted it to look like and feel and sound, and like I said, it exceeded my expectations. So all right, I'm just kind of yapping here because I'm enjoying the drive, enjoying the car, but let's hop out of the car, kind of go over my final conclusions and what I think about the F80 M3 after 2 years. All right, guys, so there you have it. 2 years of ownership in the F80 M3. It has been such a pleasure owning this car, and getting it to this point was something that I only thought would happen in a dream. Seeing my vision come to life, not only come to life, but better than expected, is truly an amazing feeling. And seeing this sitting in my garage all the time and driving it when I want and everything is such an incredible feeling. So even after 2 years of ownership and modifying it to this extent, I still absolutely love it. It still looks amazing. It has that classic BMW M car look. Looks super mean and aggressive, but at the same time, I can take my kids in this. I can drop them off at school, groceries, go to the track, do whatever you want to do with it, and it will do it well. It's got 4 doors, so it can handle family, it can handle anything. It's a car that I consider an all-in-one. You can do everything with it, and if you're looking for something that not only looks good and performs well, but you need something for family duties, highly recommend an F80 M3. Aftermarket Support is insane. The community is amazing. And it's just a timeless look that I honestly think is going to get better and better over time. It's like a wine, you know, it just keeps on aging and getting better and better. It's one of those cars that's just going to go down in the history books. And now that, you know, as time progresses and keeps moving on, this car is getting more and more desirable, especially with a manual transmission. And it truly is just an absolute dream owning this car. Having it modified like this too is just the cherry on top, and you know, spending the last 2 years bringing it to this point has been an absolute pleasure, and taking you guys along literally from day one is such a cool feeling, being able to look back on all the videos and kind of seeing the timeline, how everything was put together, and how it is today and everything, and kind of my meticulous plan, the vision that I've always had in my head since 2013, and seeing it in front of me every single day is an incredible feeling. So if you guys are on the fence about picking one of these things up, I highly recommend it. It doesn't get any better than this in this price range. It's one of those cars that can do it all. And if you want an M3, if you want something that can handle everything that you throw at it, the F80 M3 is for sure it. So that is going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. 2 years down, we'll see where we are in another year, what car is alongside of it or replaces it. We will see. I don't think it's going to be replaced. Just going to keep on adding to it. At least that is my dream. That is my goal here. But 2 years down, it has been a blast. I hope you guys have enjoyed the journey with this car. Obviously, I will still continue sharing it, maintaining it, washing it, driving it, having fun with it, modifying it. If you guys have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.